Welcome back to another episode of Spilling the Tea with the Henna guys. In today's video, it's called Cover Gray Hair Naturally with Henna. And the channel is called DIY Duo. So do check out her channel and let's get right to it.
Go through this two-step process. I'll show you what I use and let me show you step one. I have very dark brown hair. So I use this dark brown henna, and it comes with two.
She's using our hair dye. Oh, this is exciting! I always get excited when when one of you guys are using our hair dyes, and especially dark browns and jet black when you do it as two-step method. Love it. Thank you.
Different packets. There's the henna packet, which is this, and I've already mixed it, and this is what it looks like. And you mix it and you let it sit overnight, 8 to 10 hours. And that's step one of the process. And then step two of the process is kind of following the same instructions, mixing it, and then putting the dark brown on for like another 3 hours. So that's tomorrow's process. Today's process is this. So it was for me.
So I know, our dark brown and jet black seem long, but like I always say, we have all these chores to do. So I personally put on, but I use burgundy, not as a two-step. But you don't really have to do the dark brown and jet black the same day. Like she's gonna be doing it the next day. So, well, as what it seems so far, you don't have to do it the same day unless obviously you're home and it's okay for you to do it. You have all these house chores to do. Just put it on, run around, watch Netflix.
Just because I'm only doing my roots. It was using half a pack of the henna powder, and I mix it, can you see, with coffee, brewed coffee. That also helps. And one of the other secrets to henna is also, once you have this in the consistency that you want and it's actually ready to be used on your hair, tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. That also helps somehow, some way, for the penetration into gray hair. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in here. Then I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to start to comb out all the knots in my hair, and I'm going to paint this into my roots. And this is a dollar brush that I got from Home Depot.
Something different to see.
Okay, what I'm going to do first is I am just going to straighten my hair out. All the curls, all the knots are going to come out. But again, you want to be prepped. You want to be ready. So you need gloves. I love this company. They even give you the hair wrap that you need. I've changed into clothes that I don't care about.
Last point.
You may want to lay towels around your countertops, your floors, your walls, and I even have a black towel that I'm going to wrap my hair in because the henna stains. So I will be back once I have combed all of my knots out and I'm ready to actually apply the henna. Here we have step one of the henna, and I know you're looking at it and you're going, whoa, that is not the same color as our hair. How is that going to work? Again, this is step one of the process.
I love how she addressed that so you guys have better understanding. I just love it because that is one of the questions we get. Well, it doesn't look like the color that I'm going to apply it to my hair. It looks something different. Trust the process.
So this is just the natural henna that's going to cover the grays. So again, all I did was I mixed the henna with some hot coffee until it became this sort of like...
Make sure it's warm and not too steaming hot.
Batter consistency. I added, it stayed overnight 8 to 10 hours. Then I added a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and you can see I have my gloves, and I'm ready to start applying. So basically I parted my hair, and if anybody has gone to the salon to do any sort of coloring, highlights, you know how it works. They take their brush, they dip it in, and they start to kind of paint it on. So here I go. I'm gonna paint it on, getting all the way down.
That's a good word to use.
And again,
paint it on.
I'm only covering up to the point where my grays stop. Because henna is not going to dye hair that's already darker than the color of the henna. So there is really no reason for me to go any further than where my grays are showing. So now I'm just going to take it.
So I do usually get questions, well, I need to do root touch-ups. This is a perfect example, perfect video that we're doing today. And if you go over where the gray roots are, that's fine because it's not going to go any darker. It's already dark.
And I'm going to kind of part my next area. And I'm going to apply the henna. Both sides now. Like I said, this is a process, again, not for the faint of heart. And if there is a particular color you really, really want to go for, then henna is not going to be what you want to use, because henna is only going to do what henna can do, which is darken lighter hair. It's not the same as going to the salon and they've got this whole mixture of chemicals and dyes, and you can choose how dark or light brown you want, if you want some red tinge, if you want some blue tinge. Henna's not going to do any of that for you.
Mm-mm.
But it's natural, comes from the ground. You are not putting all sorts of nasty chemicals on your head. And it cost me maybe $20, where if I was to go to the salon to do this, it will cost me a minimum of like $120. And
Ching.
since I'm really just looking to cover gray, you know me, I like to save money where I can. This works
Me too.
just fine. So I'm going to continue to do this throughout my whole head. I'm done. Couple of things now to do here. And if I can open it, Vaseline, put it actually around your hairline. And I could have done this first.
So yes, you should have done this first. So when you're doing a henna application, you need to apply the Vaseline around your crease line first, because the whole purpose of the Vaseline is to try not to get any henna on your forehead so it doesn't stain your skin.
But sometimes when I've done it first, I actually got it on some of my hair that I wanted to dye, and then it didn't allow that to happen. So
her method, she knows, and she's probably okay with it, that if she gets any henna, like, you know, on her skin and it's showing, she's probably fine, and that's why she didn't bother doing that. But so you have to see yourself if you are actually okay to have some of the henna, and it'll wash off after 2 to 3 days. But if you are okay, then yes, I mean, the Vaseline is not necessary. But if you are not, and because it does tend to get a little visible around the crease line, then you need to put the Vaseline on.
Just do it afterwards, because now what's going to happen is I'm going to wrap my hair in a towel, and the henna is going to sit on it for 3 hours. I know, it's a, like I said, not for the faint of heart. What I'm also going to do, and I have these on hand, you can buy like 100 of them from Amazon. I actually like to double wrap my hair just to get it nice and warm. And you can probably see I've got henna on my arms. I've got to wash that off, because that'll stain. Does it stain your skin forever? No. But it'll stain your skin for a while. couple of these. Now it's time to wrap my head in a towel. All right, 3 hours. Time to
Plus
unveil
point
part
for the
one
towel
and
again.
wash it out.
I always recommend to use a towel after you put a shower cap to help trap in the heat more.
What's it look like? Okay, not too bad. Do you see here where I have some staining on my forehead? But because I used the Vaseline, it's not sticking. Okay, time to wash it out. Out of the shower, I rinsed my caps because I'm going to be using them again tomorrow for step 2. Now it's the big reveal. Again, it's the step 1 reveal. And it looks as I expected it to look. So don't be scared that your grays become orange. This is step 1 of the process. And also, if you're doing it for the first time, it's really natural for it to just look very orangey. And the more you continue to do the henna, the better your grays start to get covered. And Tux is here to say hello to everybody. So that's it. I'm gonna let it air dry. Part 1 dry, so you can see very orange, but time to get started on part 2. And step 2 is actually to take the dark brown powder, and my secret ingredient as well, also from the henna guys, is to, and this is natural as well, they sell indigo powder. And so the indigo powder, although you think of indigo as blue, actually gives a much darker, closer to black hue to my hair. So I'm gonna mix the dark brown powder with some of the indigo powder with some coffee in this container. And if I didn't mention it before, make sure you're not using anything metal. So plastic container, plastic spoon. I'm gonna mix the powder up, pancake consistency. This time it sits for about 30 minutes. And then I do the whole process again. I've parted my hair, and we're going to start the process all over again. Gloves on, brush in hand, cover your sink, cover your countertops, cover your walls, cover your floors, cover anything where you don't want this stuff to drip because it does stain. We're gonna repeat this same process and wrap it and sit for 3 hours. Hair is done. Vaseline around the brow line. See you in 3 hours. 3 hours have elapsed. It's the moment of truth. Now again, don't be concerned if this isn't the dark color, because I'm going to tell you, the first time that I did it, I still had some orangey kind of golds covering my grays, and that's quite normal. So sometimes the henna actually takes more than one application for it to really cover the grays, but this worked. Like I said, I found that adding the indigo dye actually helps with the gray coverage. I'm going into the shower to wash this all off, and I think it's a success. I'll show you as soon as I get out. Moment of truth.
Ooh.
Looks good.
Look at that.
All the orange is gone. It's covered now by the dark brown indigo color, and it's going to dry, and no more grays.
That was fun.
Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well and having...
That was a really good video, very informative. All the steps done, step by step. And the color, you can see how it came out. Now, as she has mentioned, and I kind of figured out, the step that she added the indigo. So usually when you do dark brown, I always say, well, go ahead and try that first. And then see how that goes for you. Because sometimes that even dark brown could be really dark for you. But for me, it could be lighter. So for her, as you can see, when she just used the dark brown without adding the indigo. But by the way, dark brown already has indigo as an ingredient in it. It's just the ratio. So what she found was if she added more indigo powder, it helps darken the color tone that she is looking for her hair particular. So that's with henna. You know, if the color that works for you may not work for me, or if it works for me, it doesn't work for you, you just have to play around a little bit until you get the right, you know, consistency for yourself. So it's like your own personal hair dye. You can have fun and play with it. That was definitely a great video to watch. I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So I'm gonna say bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time.